Some days feel heavier than others, not because something is wrong, but because life has a way of pressing quietly. Responsibilities, decisions, people's expectations, unspoken worries about provision, safety, and direction. And in moments like this, it's easy to feel exposed, like you're walking through the day unguarded. But this is where we begin today. With this truth, you are not uncovered. You are not unprotected. You are not facing this day alone. There is a covering that does not depend on circumstances. A strength that does not come from pushing harder. A presence that goes before you and remains behind you. Psalm 121 speaks of help that does not sleep, protection that does not look away, care that does not weaken with time. So as this moment settles, allow yourself to breathe. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is overpowering you. Nothing is stronger than the covering surrounding you right now. Strength is often misunderstood. It is not loud. It is not aggressive. It is not forcing yourself to keep going when you're empty. True strength is steadiness. Isaiah 40 reminds us that strength is renewed, not manufactured. It is given, not extracted. You do not need to prove resilience today. You do not need to exhaust yourself to be worthy of support. Strength is already meeting you where you are. It shows up as calm when anxiety tries to rise, as clarity when confusion attempts to take over, as composure when pressure builds. This is the kind of strength that holds you upright, not tense, not rigid, but grounded. You are allowed to move through today without bracing for impact. You are allowed to trust that you will be supported step by step. There are moments when life feels unpredictable, not chaotic, just uncertain. You step into conversations not knowing how they'll go. You make decisions without seeing the full picture. You move through spaces carrying questions you can't yet answer. And in those moments, protection matters. Not just physical protection, but emotional, mental, and spiritual covering. Psalm 91 speaks of dwelling under a shadow, not hiding in fear, but resting in assurance. A covering that doesn't disappear when things get uncomfortable. A presence that does not withdraw when pressure increases. This covering goes ahead of you. It enters rooms before you do. It surrounds conversations before words are spoken. It shields you from what you cannot see forming in the background. You are not exposed to every outcome. You are not vulnerable to every intention. You are not open to every force around you. Some things are blocked before they reach you. Some harm never makes it close. Some doors close quietly. And you are spared without ever knowing what you avoided. That is divine covering. Not dramatic, not loud, but constant. You move today wrapped in something greater than chance. Protection is not only about danger, it is also about drain. There are energies that exhaust you, conversations that leave you depleted, thought patterns that quietly weaken your confidence. And if left unchecked, they chip away at your peace. 2 Thessalonians speaks of protection from harmful influence. Not just people, but pressures that pull you off center. So today, protection shows up as discernment, knowing when to speak, knowing when to stay silent, knowing when to step back instead of pushing forward. You are not required to absorb everything around you. You are not meant to carry everyone's emotions. You are not obligated to engage with what disrupts your spirit. Some things lose access to you today. Distractions soften. Noise fades. Inner clarity strengthens. And with that clarity comes peace. A peace that guards your thoughts. A peace that stabilizes your emotions. A peace that keeps you rooted when the world feels loud. This is not withdrawal. This is wisdom. As the day continues, strength becomes something you lean into, not something you fight for. Philippians reminds us that strength is supplied, not self-generated. This means you are not carrying the full weight of the day alone. When tasks feel demanding, strength steadies you. When decisions feel heavy, strength clarifies your mind. When emotions fluctuate, strength anchors you. This strength does not rush you. It does not pressure you. It does not demand perfection. It allows you to move calmly, intentionally, and without fear of collapse. You are supported in your effort, sustained in your focus, held in moments when fatigue tries to creep in. Even when the day asks a lot of you, you are not giving from emptiness. There is reserve. There is renewal. There is enough. There is a quiet exhaustion that comes from feeling like everything depends on you. Not because you lack help, but because you've been the strong one for so long. The one who keeps going, the one who holds things together, the one who rarely lets things fall apart. And even when others don't see it, that weight adds up. But strength was never meant to isolate you. Isaiah speaks of a strength that renews, not a strength that drains. A strength that lifts, not one that burdens. You are not meant to brace yourself against every demand alone. You are not expected to have answers for everything. You are not required to figure life out in one day. There is support surrounding you, even when it's unseen. Support that steadies you when you feel uncertain. Support that carries what you don't have the capacity to hold today. Support that reminds you that you are not abandoned in responsibility. And when you acknowledge that, something shifts. Your shoulders relax. Your breathing slows. Your mind stops racing. You are allowed to lean without falling. Some battles don't happen around you. They happen within you. In thoughts that replay too often. In doubts that speak louder than facts. In inner narratives that question your worth, your ability, your direction. That is why protection over the mind matters. Scripture speaks of a peace that guards, not just comforts. A peace that actively stands watch over your thoughts. Today, that guarding begins internally. The voice of pressure quiets. The voice of fear loses authority. The voice of self-criticism weakens. You are not obligated to believe every thought that passes through your mind. You are not required to engage with mental noise. You are allowed to pause, redirect, and breathe. Strength here looks like clarity. Knowing what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Recognizing when a thought is draining rather than true. Choosing calm over mental conflict. And as your mind steadies, your emotions follow. This is not force. This is alignment. There is a difference between confidence and control. Control tries to predict everything. Control grips tightly. Control fears uncertainty. But confidence, true confidence, rests. It trusts that you are supported even when outcomes aren't fully clear. It knows that not everything must be managed to be safe. It understands that strength does not come from rigidity. Your confidence today is rooted in covering. You don't have to over-explain yourself. You don't have to defend every decision. You don't have to prove your value through constant effort. You move with assurance because you are not exposed. You speak calmly because you are not threatened. You pause without guilt because you are not falling behind. And when challenges arise, you meet them grounded, not reactive. That is strength. Quiet, steady, unshakable. Much of the pressure you feel doesn't come from fear. It comes from responsibility. Bills, deadlines, expectations, the quiet awareness that life keeps demanding movement. And when effort goes unseen or progress feels slow, it can start to weigh on you. But strength today does not come from pushing harder. It comes from knowing that your effort is not exposed. There is covering over what you do, even when results are delayed. Covering over your consistency, even when recognition is absent. Covering over your provision, even when finances feel tight or uncertain. This does not remove responsibility. It removes panic. You are not chasing survival. You are moving with support. You are allowed to work without anxiety gripping your chest. You are allowed to plan without fear hijacking your thoughts. You are allowed to trust that what you need will not miss you. Provision flows differently when fear is no longer driving your decisions. You make clearer choices. You notice opportunities you would have missed while panicking. You stop rushing outcomes that require patience. Today, your work is steadied. Your effort is guarded. Your needs are not forgotten. Not every threat is obvious. Some come disguised as conversations, as expectations, as emotional demands that quietly empty you. There are people who don't intend harm but still drain you. There are environments that don't attack but still exhaust you. And strength is not always about endurance. Sometimes strength is discernment, knowing when to engage, knowing when to step back, knowing when silence protects more than explanation. Today, there is covering over your emotional space. You are not required to absorb everyone's mood. You are not responsible for fixing what you didn't break. You are not obligated to carry energy that disrupts your peace. You are allowed boundaries, even gentle ones. You are allowed distance, even without conflict. You are allowed rest from emotional labor. Protection does not make you cold. It makes you whole. And when your energy is guarded, your strength multiplies. Even with planning, life interrupts. A message changes the mood. A delay disrupts your flow. An unexpected issue demands attention. This is where strength is tested, not by the event, but by your response. Today, steadiness meets interruption. You do not spiral. You do not assume the worst. You do not rush into reaction. You pause. You breathe. You remember that support does not disappear when plans change. Covering does not only exist in calm moments. It is most active in uncertainty. When things shift, you remain grounded. When answers aren't immediate, you stay composed. When tension rises, you stay present. This is strength that adapts, not collapses. And as the day unfolds, you move through it supported, not shaken. Take a breath here, not a forced one, just enough to settle your body. This prayer is not about asking for more effort. It is about receiving support. God, today we come without rushing, without pretending we are stronger than we feel. We bring the weight we've been carrying quietly, the responsibilities we don't talk about, the pressure to keep going even when tired. Cover us, not just spiritually, but practically. Cover our thoughts from spiraling. Cover our emotions from overload. Cover our decisions from fear-driven choices. Let strength settle into the places where anxiety usually sits. Let peace take up space where tension has been living. We ask for protection that doesn't isolate us, but steadies us. Protection that doesn't harden us, but grounds us. God, we ask for strength that doesn't rise and fall with outcomes. Strength that remains when answers are delayed. Strength that remains when plans shift. Strength that remains when the day doesn't unfold as expected. Teach us how to stay steady, not numb, not detached, but anchor. When pressure increases, let our breathing slow. When uncertainty appears, let our thoughts remain clear. When demands rise, let our spirit stay calm. We do not need to control everything today. We need to remain connected. Let our strength come from trust, not tension. From alignment, not effort. Dear God, place a guard over what we say today. Not every thought needs a voice. Not every emotion needs expression. Not every situation needs immediate response. Protect us from speaking out of stress. Protect us from reacting out of frustration. Protect us from explaining ourselves when silence is wiser. Let our words be measured. Let our actions be intentional. Let our reactions be calm. Where there is conflict, let us remain composed. Where there is misunderstanding, let us stay grounded. Where there is pressure, let us move slowly and clearly. Cover our interactions, cover our conversations, cover our presence. Dear God, as this day continues, let peace walk with us. Not peace that disappears when challenges arise, but peace that remains steady through them. When we step into work, let peace go with us. When we handle responsibilities, let peace guide us. When we face uncertainty, let peace anchor us. We release the need to anticipate every problem. We release the habit of carrying tomorrow's worries today. We release the pressure to prove our strength. Today, we are covered. Today, we are supported. Today, we are not alone in what we face. Let this covering remain in our thoughts, in our emotions, in our decisions, and in our rest. Amen. As you move through this day, return to this calm whenever pressure rises. You are not exposed. You are not unguarded. You are not carrying this alone.